Welcome to Journeys into Enlightenment with Janet. Join Janet and her friends as they gather at the intersection of consciousness and self-experience, what being consciousness in human form is all about. Access heart-centered awareness with them and feel the difference in the moment that will last a lifetime.
Hello, and welcome to Journeys into Enlightenment with Janet. I'm Janet Barrett. Thank you for joining me here, the beginning of 2021. Since here is only my voice serving as a placeholder in consciousness, it opens us up to different than if we were all in a physical place together. The voices you hear during any episode while we are together will create a freedom of exploration. It is not important to hear all the details between my guest and me. Our voices and what we will be commenting on serve only as touch points as you go places within yourself, as you bring forth your awareness as consciousness in experiencing an ever-changing reality. And, just in case, you will find some of the highlights listed on the episode podcast page. Where you go is where you go, and it is in user-friendly mode. There is no thing to harm us in this state. Our voices serve as impetus to where new thoughts and feelings can replace old thoughts and feelings, those that are stuck in patterns of behavior and judgment. For here, the reality of potential is active. Your abilities to change your mindsets in the moment are active. We are trained to think in terms of process, which has no value here. Process is where time is engaged as a control mechanism. It is an act of self. Engaging life free from this perspective makes those things that challenge us free to be different without the process, and then into fluid acts of reality. You become aware that they are only our own creations as we each set the rules of our realities. This podcast is unique in that I hold my conversations in what this is, the field of unified consciousness, heart-centered awareness, as an active transcendent reality. So, as we talk, potential is engaged, and you can feel stuff undoing when you're paying attention. It is active listening, and when the information that is shared is reaching you deeper than just your hearing. For here, with me, you have entered a state of potential where there is no thing you have to do, like figure out something. You only have to allow something to reveal itself and appreciate that it is your creation, be it problem or belief, and it can come undone if wanted. And it will with us. We each have our answers inside about who we are in life. It is only a matter of being willing to engage where those answers reside in malleable time and space as creative elements of your ever-changing story illusion of being alive. This past year has proven challenging for all of us as we navigate our leaps in consciousness here. My guests and I have provided you with many places to touch lightly in our leaps. Today I want to share with you my ever-changing transcendent reality of engagement with being alive, being present, oneness, wholeness from within the infinite, the divine, and the all as consciousness. There is a great quote by the wonderful Joseph Campbell I want to share. You might remember him. His "Follow Your Bliss" quote is now imprinted deep into our awareness about being human. He was a teacher of both comparative mythology and comparative religion, and he has this other quote that I like. People say that what we're all seeking is a meaning for life. I don't think that that's what we're really seeking. I think that what we're seeking is an experience of being alive, so that our life experiences on the purely physical plane will have resonance with our own innermost being and reality, so that we actually feel the rapture of being alive. That rapture, that bliss of being alive, is what is possible to connect to. And, like most inexplicable sensations, it can only be experienced, and any description touches only the surface. When I started this show 2 years ago, I had no idea of its future. I knew I would be able to find guests who also held the reality that life is a creation of spiritual exploration in the human dynamic. They all resonate in shared realities as consciousness is oneness, and what being alive, and being present is all about. There is an orientation of wholeness that gives us appreciation for the trials and errors, the ups and downs and delights that are possible in any of our moments in our story illusions as life. The physical realm offers us contrast to our non-physical realms, and in this exploration, our core essence, our being experiences. What is different here is that I look to provide you with the sense that consciousness is active transcendent reality. In the moment, often spontaneous actions are being created by all of us at any one time in those moments. That is the nature of life out of a form. In form, it doesn't have to be only about process or working towards change, as it is about experience and choices. If you align yourself in the quantum physics principles and let them be real, as they are deep in our cellular spaces, it is heart-centered awareness as the field of unified consciousness we are engaging. And you can feel it, which sometimes surprises my guests who have not had consciousness technologies in their awareness. My intention is to provide you with what I have found so valuable in being alive, in that core essence being, as the sense of fluid responses, of sensory expansion, and going beyond what we accept as the daily reality we call self, into what we call our broader bandwidth ranges of our senses. We unfold into an evolution of our thoughts, feelings, and values. Our values are set by our bias, our perceptions, our interpretations of those sensory signals, and the story illusions that come out of our individual sense of core essence. And they can change. We have to let go that all that is created is set in stone. That's a very limited perspective. Who am I to speak of such things? These days I consider myself a consciousness educator and a transcendent bridge between self and consciousness. That includes the ability to listen, heal, write, extend, and share with others about wholeness, that balance of our trials and tribulations with the bliss to be. I've been a powerful energy empath all my life, tracking the dynamics of others, being human, in my own human form. Years of catastrophic illnesses created great challenges in living and looking for the freedom in occupying a body. I realized that it was up to me to heal myself, as I became all too familiar with the limits of knowledge that medicine can embody. This journey has taken me beyond the realms of knowledge and different medical models to find my answers and then instigate change. It is not enough to know something. It is the action that matters. Everything shifted for me with the synchronistic, groundbreaking new field of consciousness technologies. It was in this reorienting of my thinking, metaphysical senses, and intuitive skills sets into new paradigms that changed everything for me. I am now able to enjoy what it means to be as consciousness in human form and the value in being alive. I appreciate what I call the cosmic jokes of life and sharing them with others. No matter the issues, laughter is always available in appreciation of our creativity in being. I want you to appreciate yourself as I know you to be, as creative, vital, and dynamic human, with the wonder of consciousness at your core. My essence is about helping you redefine yourself from a doer who looks to be into a being who is expressing. Language is a focus of context. My language is about morphic resonance, quantum entanglement, our telepathic and intuitive or metaphysical skills and esoteric arts, the realm of fuzzy logic, and the responsibility of being. There is no victim thinking here, only innocence gaining experience, mixed with the qualities of malleable time and space. Put all this into play, and you are in the realm of creating out of potential and establishing resonances as patterns, as habits that enhance your life. Everything is a pattern of some sort, made out of energy that has manifested out of potential, be it thought or feeling or a combination of both. Your sense of this new year, 2021, is a reflection of how you are thinking and feeling. Your feelings and thinking actively form and dictate our shared reality. It's true. What if you were excited and felt that you can enjoy life when it feels pretty dismal out there and inside of you? Being able to have balance in the face of disaster is a reality mindset. This is not about feeling hopeful. It is about being actively engaged in making your reality mindset one that appreciates and uses the ups and downs to create a fluid flow of everything is okay no matter what it looks like. It leads to how is this thought, feeling, or experience validating my reality? Every episode, I look to make it easy for you to quickly align in this reality. Then, as you listen to the conversation, you can unfold as we chat. You can unfold into something new without doing a thing. This is the foundation of getting what is possible out of listening. And my not-so-secret to enjoying life when it is at its most challenging. This is where you will find your rapture in being alive. Let's make the time right now to let it all stop. The clatter, the clamor, and chaos that might be present within you and around you. Let's spend some time together here and now and be. No goals, just the awareness, that shared heart, the oneness that is present no matter what you might feel about it. To do that, we need to let go of our need to be in control and allow our connection as consciousness to expand into our awareness. We relax mind intentionally for the moment, your sense of self that dictates and controls your story illusion elements. It is very simple and quick. Doesn't take much in the way of ritual. This is not meditation. This is moving through our senses of self and into consciousness where your answers are in place. With practice, it is easy. Just let your intention to be and know yourself as your truth and not your projected self. Be in someplace quiet for now and relax. We start with our breath. You just notice that you are breathing. You would be surprised where your attention might be. We switch off our mind dictates and thinking and move our awareness into sensory mode. Now, notice. I use the word notice a lot. It is an open term of sensory awareness here. Like your expanded range of sight, hearing, feeling, sensing, touch. You don't have to think something. You just have to allow yourself to be free of your self's limits. We are loosening from our trainings, modalities, limited bandwidth of senses. Now, notice your heartbeat and allow it to sync up with your breath. Our hearts are the first organs that develop in the embryo. It is the signal that life is present in the form. So we take the moment to sync them up and feel our connection in the world, bigger than just ourselves. We open to oneness in the exchange. Together, our heart and breath represent life and being alive in our human form. You can't have one without the other, and the breath is our interaction and communication with the out there of consciousness within us. Feel the rhythm of you. As a side note, that is what is interesting about the COVID virus to me. It transmits by our breath. Are you in the reality of being comfortable on Earth? Is it a sustaining environment for you to question? That's something to let unfold within. At this point, we are in sacred space, beyond our limits of human form. The sacred is in each of us, and it connects us all in oneness. We are both creator and processor of what we create life to be about. We manifest reality in the moment in the quantum realm. Each of us are projecting and validating and sharing our thoughts and feelings with each other on this level. Some of us are more aware of it than others. We call it different things based on our trainings and orientations, like being psychic or intuitive. The dance of spiritual creatures in the human design encompasses this as a spectrum of awareness. The non-form, non-physical realms infuse this physical experience, and it is different for each of us in our levels of engagement and experience. Just notice again any resistance or story elements that come into your awareness. We all have different triggering language. So, along this way with me, just notice what catches your attention and don't be concerned. Just put it over there. Trust that anything you have yanking your chain is useful and will be dealt with. This is no right, no wrongs, no limits. Feel the peace. Or feel what you feel. It's telling you something, and invite it to sit beside you, perhaps. This is interesting. I have the sense of a small child pulling on a pant leg, reminding you about sharing this reality with them. Invite them on your lap and feel your heart and breath align within theirs. Probably that inner child we are all familiar with, who's wanting to mature with you. We celebrate being and being alive here. Feel it. And that, for many, is a leap of faith, and the difference in believing in something and being your truth. Many who are into exploring our spiritual realms of awareness come out of a physical and emotional hurt. Religion and spirituality can embrace dogmas that can wear on our souls. We embody trauma in our stories and being here in the physical form, and it's something we want to leave and let go of. In this state, information will come up out of your past, the now, and the future. As you listen to my guest and I expect you to feel stuff and unfold into awareness. I will mention what comes into my awareness of the field. It is what directs our conversation most of the time. When it does, notice that it is you helping yourself be you. Life is about making choices, and then new choices. It's not about self-sabotage, unless you set it up that way as your power dynamic and orientation. It is about experiencing what life offers us and making a choice in how we orient ourselves. It is about finding center with our core essence in alignment with ourself and the communication between the two. It is about a fluid sense of control, not a dictator at control. Every episode reflects my guest in their influences and values, including the rhythms they enjoy. They reflect the diversity of being that we each share on this planet. All deeply respect life. They value the challenges and creativity we all share in. As spiritual creatures in the human form, they embrace what they have experienced and use it as best they can. They seek to share with all of us their wonder in being alive. They go to the limits of their knowledge and frequently go beyond, reaching deep into their knowing what fuels their lives. Adversity is creativity fuel. We may use different words and trainings and references, but this we hold in common. We share an appreciation of being openness and an opening to possibilities. We all have our biases and orientations about being alive and what else and how else life is in being present. That is what makes life so interesting. So let me stop here and notice with you that for the next few moments the sacred and focus on appreciating my own breath and heartbeat along with yours. And let's see where you go, what I feel, what you notice, what we all celebrate in. There we go. Just let yourself feel that. There, that's nice. Let it deepen. Take it in, let it out. Now, some people got some head crunching, I can feel that, so we're just going to open that up a bit. Take the clamp off the head. Put on a funny hat instead. There we go. It can seem so serious out in the world and us in it. And just remember that might be the contrast. And what it'd be like to feel support. Yeah. And would it be open to reframing perhaps your experiences of being in the world and feeling others and sharing space like that? We all do it, whether we have in our awareness or not. So notice in this place just the steadiness of life. There we go. So we're going to let that just continue on for you. I'll continue to focus on what I feel would add to our morphic field of the show and our joint richness and appreciation of being alive, life, being present, and the whole idea of beingness as the undefined or infinite realm consciousness can be. Enjoy. Here again is that great quote from Joseph Campbell. People say that what we are all seeking is a meaning for life. I don't think that's what we're really seeking. I think that what we're seeking is an experience of being alive, so that our life experiences on the purely physical plane will have resonances within our own innermost being and reality, so that we actually feel the rapture of being alive. Our featured meditations from Interlude, an internet retreat, will return soon. I offer them as another perspective about our topic and to perhaps add balance in some way. What is funny is how most times what I might write about in my blog is an unknowing synchronicity with the meditation, which I don't often see until I am putting the episode together later. Wisdom is ageless and available in the field to all, and, in my case, sleeping right next to me. This is my episode 53 blog. Enjoying life is my choice. For many, enjoying life can seem like a nice idea. Nice, but not likely. And they can list all their reasons for thinking that. I have experienced many disease patterns that have challenged me to being alive. The following principles have helped me form a now-present reality that life can be and is an enjoyable expression. Number 1. We are each consciousness in human form. Each of us is responsible for our choices on the deepest levels as the way consciousness expresses and experiences itself. Number 2. Consciousness allows for all. It does not care or judge. Humans care and feel attachment. Consciousness is not attached to outcome. 3. Consciousness celebrates variety. It would be boring if we all looked alike, acted alike, thought alike. We also would have died out a long time ago without our ability to adapt to geographical environments. Number 4. Consciousness has a deep, broad sense of humor and tolerance. Humans are highly entertaining. 5. Be willing to explore internally, making the time to contemplate, meditate, question, ponder, reflect is a gift to oneself. Hindsight is a lovely thing, and too late. Number 6. Embrace the power of your emotions and use them constructively. Sabotage, subversive, explosive are not helpful ways to interact with them. 7. Question everything. Assume nothing. Someone else's truth is not always your truth, no matter the source. Question the source. 8. Think in ways that enrich and do not diminish yourself or others. 9. Accept that you have conscious, unconscious rules in place about life that decide how you will experience it, how you perceive it. Life is to be a collection of learning, training, thoughts, experiences formed by perceptual filters. They are all mutable, changeable, and don't have to be set in stone. You have choice. Number 10. Value your unique self and realize that you are not any more special than anyone else. We serve differently from one another in many different ways. We can't know all the different ways. Each of us is important. Each has a place in the totality of the all. Number 11. Acknowledge that we all live on this pale blue dot called Earth in the middle of the immenseness of the cosmos, and we share it. We can work together, or we can destroy it with the division of selfishness that comes with our sense of separateness from each other. 12. Learn to not judge yourself for what life positions you experience. Value your life experiences and place them in a context that enriches you. Number 13, realize that when you feel victim to people or events, you feel less than, and you learn of helplessness. It can take you to your knees or give you reason to rise up. 14, feel okay for whatever you are feeling about anything. Give yourself permission to be real and not apologize for how you feel and think about anything to anyone. And what you can be feeling in one moment may be different in the next. 15. Focusing on the negative reinforces the negative. Focusing on the positive reinforces the positive. If you are focusing on the positive because you are in reaction to the negative, your results are not going to be as successful as if you enjoyed focusing on the positive because you enjoy the positive. 16. Appreciate what you have and don't have. Hold the gift of awareness and gratitude for what wonders life has to offer in whatever guise that may be. 17. Being human is a gift. Being alive is a gift. Without our next breath and drink of water, we are dead. Life is precious and gone in a heartbeat. 18. We have the power to grow, help, heal, explore, design, destroy, cultivate, enrich, maim, kill, share, violate, forgive, and change our minds. We decide. 19. We have the power to engage, retract, to wait, or to be still, or to take action, and knowing when to do any is vital. 20. We are beings who do, not doers who be. 21. To give is to receive. To receive is to give. It's the same energy. Both are only labels of the direction of flow from heart-centered space. 22. There are rights, there are wrongs, and both are only labels. There is black, there is white, both are only shades of gray. 23. Magic and miracles are common and demonstrate our appreciation for something different and unexpected. They are the potential and the possible as real. 24. There is only the present, which is already a result of the past. Tomorrow is now. 25. Who you are is part of a story and myth and lineage, and is only that. At times it might feel karmic, predetermined, or out of your control. All of it is only subject to our biases and interpretations and acceptance. All is active and in play, writing itself as you speak. DNA is subject to the effects of RNA. 26. We each are the final decider on how we respond to what life has to offer and share. We each create our reality of life. We are the sum results of our illusions of what we think life is. And 27. We are all consciousness exploring, consciousness expanding, consciousness evolving. Let me take this time to thank all that have helped with this podcast for the last 2 years. Boyd Martin, my sound engineer, jazz musician, and friend, who puts up with my lack of technical skills. My husband Tom, who keeps me and this podcast going with all the office and computer work support. For my friends who stepped in to help me get it all started and lent their expertise. I am very grateful to all that make up my sphere of influence. Family, friends, students, teachers, and guests who have enriched not only this podcast, but expanded my field awareness of where the grace is to be found in being alive. And my gratitude to all of you who I can feel on the other end of the line.
Hi, I'm Boyd Martin, sound engineer for Janet Barrett's amazing podcast, Journeys into Enlightenment. I also own PureEnergyRx.com, where quantum physics meets health and wellness. We feature nutritional formulas and elixirs based on the breakthrough research of physicist Dr. Yuri Krohn and his team, who infuse formulas and elixirs with subtle energies that enhance health and wellness. Check it all out at PureEnergyRx.com, and as a listener to Journeys into Enlightenment, use discount code JIE20 for 20% off all things store-wide.
Thank you for joining me here at Journeys to Enlightenment with Janet. A new episode is released every 2 weeks. Any questions or thoughts or guests you'd like to suggest, you can email me directly at janetandbeyondpodcast@outlook.com. For more information about all the elements that make up each episode, they are on my podcast page at my website, www.janetandbeyond.com. While there, you will also find information about my other podcast show, Conscious Conversations with Joan and Janet, and all about my work with clients. You can sign up to receive my regular weekly blog, Life in the Beyond, Journeys into Enlightenment. If you're looking for other regular opportunities to sit in heart-centered awareness with myself and others, you can join us in my Fuzzy Photons playground groups I offer on Wednesdays. Live interactive space via Zoom video conferencing. You can follow each episode of this podcast series on my YouTube channel, Journeys into Enlightenment with Janet Barrett. Till the next time, notice what feels different right in this moment. It is real, and it can last a lifetime.